welcome back to Sin TV. Now, I'm not going to waste any time because today I still cannot believe for the juicy topic of the day, this is a special edition here. We have Charmed, of course, and you can check her out at twitch.tv/charmtv. Thank you for being on the show today. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure. So the first thing I want to ask, and this is something that I've kind of always wondered in regards to women and gaming, is what do you feel like right off the bat are maybe some of the challenges that you've had with doing your show?
Well, there are definitely always a lot of trolls, especially in Twitch, and pretty much every single game that you play. Um, and you really just have to ignore anything negative, and just stay positive. I like to try and poke fun of back at people who try and say anything about me or being a girl or anything. I've actually been in a few games where people will like blame things on me in the game because I'm female, and then all I basically say to them is, "Well, 1v1 me, and I'll show you that I'm better than you."
Oh, a challenge. No. No.
Exactly.
Yeah, cause that's the same thing that I deal with too. I feel like as a woman, it's just it doesn't matter what game that I'm playing. I'm just waiting for the negativity. Like, can you give maybe some examples of maybe some of the things that you face? Are there particular games that you feel have a little bit more higher level of toxicity towards women versus others?
I feel like first-person shooters definitely have the kind of community that is more toxic to females. Um, I used to play Call of Duty a lot. There are tons of sexist people in Call of Duty. I play Overwatch right now, which is actually the game where I was told like people blame if we're doing bad on the team. They blame me. They're like, "Oh, it's because she's a girl." Like, oh, okay. Well, and then basically all I have to say to like people who say that sort of thing, like you're not as good as everyone else because you're female. I'm just like, well, 1v1 me and I'll show you.
Yeah, cause
And it pretty much shuts them up every time. Because either they 1v1 me and they lose, or they are too scared to. So it's pretty funny.
yeah, cause like I've always and that's something like I was talking about today is well, I'm gonna be talking about today in regards to, is it okay for women to like guy things? Because what I find is for some women, it's like you have to even be more masculine in a way if you're going to be, like you were saying, playing first person shooters or playing a game that maybe does not have a high female ratio. And even there's games where there are more women than men playing, but the hate is still like I'm just kind of curious from your personal experience, like where do you think that hate comes from? Does it come from jealousy, or does it come from just plain ignorance, or maybe is it a combination of both?
Well, in a lot of games, there's also a positive aspect of being a female in a gaming situation where the amount of males outweigh females because a lot of people will, help you out more than others. And I think that some people get angry by that, like, why should they get special treatment? And I guess there's this concept called like white knighting. If you hang out with a girl or are friends with a girl and like stand up for her or whatever, and then you're a white knight, and it's like seen as a bad thing with like males for some reason. And I think there's just social something within the social stigma of males that they have to be like that towards females, especially in things like gaming.
Yeah, because I've always wondered that, like, what is wrong with? I mean, for me, regardless, I would, and there is positivity, of course, but I've always kind of wondered why, the positivity does not always outshine the negativity. It seems to me that people are more, well, some people, not to generalize, but that some people are more into enjoying the negativity that happens to women in gaming versus seeing the positivity of women kind of really expanding outside of different genres that we are sometimes stereotypically labeled to be. I'm just, it's just interesting to me that this is something that is still a problem. I mean, I hear tons of times they're like, oh, these female gamers, who do they think they are? And I'm like, I'm just trying to play my game, just like you. It's just that, yeah, I'm a woman, but that should not be a deterrent to why I'm playing this game,
Right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, and
definitely
I think it's like pretty much any other bullying situation is like if one person is like an instigator is really loud, then a lot of people are gonna hop on that train, just like
right.
any bullying situation would be. But I think a lot of the people out there wouldn't usually say things like that if there wasn't that one loud person, you know.
Yeah,
And
it can be very frustrating. But moving on from that, of course, I gotta find out though, and I always like hearing people's stories of how they got into Twitch or how they just decided, like for me, I felt like there was just something missing in regards to intellectualism when talking about gaming. But I'm kind of curious to know what was your journey to coming on the platform?
so I was actually started dating my current boyfriend. He was actually an ex Call of Duty Pro player, and he would stream all the time, and I would always play with him. And so he says, why don't you stream with me? It would be pretty fun. So I started streaming. He actually eventually quit streaming, but I kept going with it because I really enjoy it. Uh, I feel like I get to reach a lot of people, and I've made a lot of friends, and I love the community that I've built. And I feel like a lot of my followers, it, we have a pretty close knit group. So,
Yeah,
and
that and that like and you brought up something I thought that was really interesting too is that I think one of the stereotypes that I have encountered is like when and I don't see anything wrong with it. Like if you have a boyfriend or a significant other um, that games like I'm kind of curious to know like why maybe from your experience too why do people have a problem with that because it's just like I mean for me I've been gaming for like forever but I don't see why if you're maybe inspired to game or maybe someone is encouraging you what is the problem with that.
well, I actually had been playing games since I was pretty little. My dad always played World of Warcraft, and we both played with each other even from I don't know even when I started. I think I was like 12 or something. But so I'd always been really a PC gamer. And he actually played not Overwatch, sorry, World of Warcraft as well. That was actually kind of something that we had in common when we met, and maybe something that helped us get together even. So I wouldn't say he encouraged me to be playing video games, but he did encourage me to start streaming, and I think that's just because he knew I would like it.
Yeah, and I've been watching your streams. You're just very like you're very cool and you're so nice to your audience because I noticed that everybody has a different kind of rhetoric Like some people are very intense, and then other people are a little bit more laid back. And I noticed like you play like Overwatch and like League of Legends was the other stream that I caught the last time. Are there any other games? And if so, like how do you determine which games to play per like the time you stream?
Yeah, so I actually play a lot of different games, and I actually get Steam keys from people who want me to stream their games.
Oh,
So I'll try out pretty much any game that anyone wants to give me a key for on stream, stream it, do a walkthrough of the game and everything. And then besides that, my main like fun games that I like to play are of course Overwatch, League of Legends, and then sometimes Players Unknown Battlegrounds, and that's just because I enjoy playing them and my audience enjoys watching them.
yeah, cause
So
yeah, cause I always find that really interesting, like how people pick their games. Like I feel some people pick the game out of whether it's interest or it's like popularity per se. Like for me, I like picking games that have a unique storyline or games that are kind of to me kind of unconventional. So that's why I always appreciate your show because you always pick games that I can tell that you like it. Like I can tell you're enjoying it.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Now let's talk about your equipment because that's something I always like talking about. Because like I know for me, I like stuff from TTE Sports, so I have a lot of like mechanical keyboards. I gotta get a brown switch though because I'm noticing that blue switch is extremely loud and people get so irritated. But how is your setup like?
So my setup is all custom built. I even built the PC myself. So I have like a lot of my keyboard is Razer. My mouse is a Logitech for FPS. I have the BenQ Zowie monitor. Um, and then for my PC build itself, I have a 1080 graphics card. I have the Ryzen 7 processor.
Wow.
I just built this computer actually. I sold my old one and used that to build this one. So
That's so impressive because, like, for me, I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, I would be like, okay, what processor do I put in there? Or,
research for sure. Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of like. That's why I always tell people because, like, sometimes, I'll have people who are like, oh, well, this is easy. Anybody can do this, and it's like, no, like when you're building a computer. You have to think about, of course, what type of performance that you want, how the games are going to perform, and then on top of that, your peripherals. Like, are you going to use like a Yeti Blue, microphone, which costs, hundreds of dollars, or are you going to go more of the separate, really professional mixer route, which is like thousands of, tens of thousands of dollars? Like, so I always tell people
Mhm.
that it's you got to take your time when you're trying to do streaming because you have to be aware of not only your budget but you have to be aware of are you going to be doing this for the long term because I'm sure you've seen it too, people come and go all the time, and the
Yeah.
people who tend to have the longevity, especially on Twitch and on this platform, are the ones that, to me, they're constantly improving their equipment, but they work with what they have until they kind of upgrade. So,
Yeah, yeah, and that's exactly what I did. I was pretty much given my first computer that I was streaming on, so it's kind of been a journey to where I am now with my new one, I guess.
really,
Yeah.
I'm still impressed that. I mean, I'm very, very impressed that you built your computer from the ground up. I'm curious to know too, what was the most like difficult part for you though of
Well,
building it?
so like I spent a couple hours looking at YouTube videos and stuff, trying to build it and everything. And once I had finally had it assembled, it wouldn't turn on. And that was probably the most frustrating part. Because I had to go through and basically rebuild it just to make sure everything was done correctly. And I finally got it resolved after, I think it was like the third time doing that. And I just happened to miss plugging in something. One cord. So.
Wow, I'm just so, like, for me, maybe someday you'll build my next computer. I have to wait for this one to die first, because I swear, like, I remember that, like, my first computer, I could barely not run anything. It was just because I didn't understand, like, how, performance played a role in the type of games that that I wanted to play. And, like, for example, I'm currently playing Blade and Soul, and that's a game where literally you gotta have at least a decent I have, like, the GTX 1050 Ti, which is a pretty mid kind of range card, but I'm curious to know, what kind of card do you have in your build?
Yes, I have the
He's always sleeping in.
the 1080, the NVIDIA.
Oh, you have the 1080. Now I'm really jealous.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I actually just built this computer this year, so it's got all new stuff in it right
Oh man, I need to take your computer, cause mine is from a friend of mine. He didn't need it anymore, and he was just like, yeah, you could use it. And then I've been slowly adding more, like, RAM and stuff like that. But I'm curious to know too, like, how do you balance streaming and the reality of life? Because for myself, I notice it's a huge challenge.
It's really important to stick to a schedule. So just lay out some time for, when you're gonna stream, when you're gonna do editing or clips or anything like that, and you just lay it out every day for streaming, and then maybe once a week for editing and other things like that. And as long as you stick to your schedule, you should be able to finish everything you need to do, while still be able to put aside time for the rest of your life.
Man, I am always trying to figure that out. I'm like, how, like, it's hard, because I can't even imagine the people who, like, work full time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then having to balance that with streaming full time too, like, and that's something I've always wondered too, like, when you first start streaming, let's go through the process here. Do you do it because you love it, or do you do it because you want to turn it into a career? Because I notice that's often a conflict within the gaming community, especially with Twitch, is that, do you play because you like it, or do you just play because you're like, okay, I'm playing into turning something that could potentially be a career?
Well, it's definitely always a goal for that to happen, to make streaming into your full-time career. That's definitely a great end goal. But for when you're first starting out, I think it's really important to focus on the aspects of streaming that makes you happy personally. Because you're not going to want to be a full-time streamer if you can't even start out being happy, doing what you're doing, just starting out.
Yeah, and that's something I always tell people too, is that you have to, if you're gonna play, if you decide to stream, or if you decide to play games, you have to love what you do, and you have, like, people can tell if you're playing a game that you think sucks. Like, you can see it in your face, And of course we have Nam here, and welcome Nam to the show. I actually said their name wrong, so sorry about that. I am so bad with pronunciation. People get pissed at me all the time, all the time for that. Like I've noticed that, like people, it's hard to say some of the names. So I'm definitely sorry if I say your name wrong, of course. But we have here Charmed here on the show. If you have questions for her, definitely let us know, and definitely she will answer them within reason, because anytime you say
Right.
she will answer questions. People want to go for the jugular, and they want to ask some crazy questions.
That's true.
For sure. What is the craziest thing someone has ever said to you, if you don't mind me asking?
Let's see. Like just in general or streaming?
Let's do both.
Okay, let's see here. Well, while streaming, let's see. Well, mostly just like crazy like sexual requests, like, hey, get up while you're streaming and get naked and do a cartwheel. Like, oh yeah, totally gonna do that. Totally.
Oh my gosh. A cartwheel?
I don't know. So, well, like, I don't know if that's exactly what was said, but it was something crazy like that. Like, or jump up and down or something. I don't know. Some dumb stuff.
That is hilarious. Cause to me, like for me, see, my challenge though is I'm a person of color and a woman on top of that. So I get the like that kind of stuff, like, why aren't you showing what you're working with, And then I'll get the racist comments too. So
oh yeah,
it's hard. It's really hard, and sometimes like I have to tell myself, I'm like, okay, they're just trying to get a rise out of me, they're just trying to get me irritated or whatnot. But I'm kind of curious for you, like, what kind of like hate do you get? Do you just get like the sexist comments, or do you get a little bit of half and half?
like sexist, like, I'm not actually overweight, but people will be like, oh, she's so fat, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I get like, I don't know, like my eyebrows are weird or something. I don't
Really?
know. Like,
To the people who say Charm has weird eyebrows, you need to check yourself.
right. I'm like, all right, I'll work on them, for next time.
Oh my god, weird. Like, and see, that's the thing I find interesting too, is why take that time to focus on, like you were saying, someone's eyebrows?
Well, they want to just like find something that bothers you, so they'll just like keep saying things until you react. And once they find whatever you react to, they'll just keep hitting on that. I don't know. It's for some reason, trolls like to make people angry, so that's what they do.
Yeah, it's just like eyebrow. Like my thing people focus on is whether I've had plastic surgery or not. Yeah, that's my personal favorite, is when people ask me if I've gotten my nose or something, and I'm like, look, if I got plastic surgery, I would let all of you know.
Right?
Like I would. Like I'm that's just who I am. Like I would literally say, I'd be like, look, I got my nose done like today. Like like I seriously would. Like I would not waste my time like holding back and being like, no, this is not real. I'd be like, everything about me is fake. I just want to let you know. Like right now.
People have actually asked me if I had plastic surgery before too.
Really?
And I always tell them, I say, if I had had plastic surgery, don't you think I would look better now? Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't I be like a perfect like Kardashian? But no, I have imperfections. I'm not plastic. I wish, but you know, not right now.
No, I mean, for me personally, if I had the money, I would want to look like Jennifer Lopez or something. You know,
Exactly.
I
Why would I still look like this? How I've lived my whole life if I got plastic surgery?
I know it's just yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. I was like, look, if I want to look busted, I'll make sure I look the best busted I could be. Like I would not, waste my I would not waste my time, going to I wouldn't do that. It's just it's just people. It's like, and one thing I kind of realized, and I'm sure you can agree with this, is you just can't win. It's like no matter how you look or what you have to bring to the table, there's always someone who's gonna feel some kind of way, and you kind of have to look beyond. You know.
Yeah, I sometimes try and join in with them. Like if they're making fun of me, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, totally, guys."
A little cricket is up early today.
And like, there's nothing really they can do at that point, because like, well, it's not that fun because she's not getting mad. She's just making fun of herself now.
Right. Yeah. That's what I've kind of learned. Cause I used to get so heated. Whoo! I used to get so mad because like people would be like something like they're like, oh yeah, your nose looks like
asleep, huh?
a giant horse or something, and I'm like, how dare you say my nose looks like a horse? Like
I've gotten my nose looks like a ski slope.
A ski slope. Okay, by the way, guys, like Charmed is very beautiful, so whoever is saying that is ridiculous.
And I was just like, oh yeah, but that's a ski slope I would want to ride down, something stupid like that. Like, just join in with them.
Yeah, that's what I've kind of learned too. I've just kind of learned now to just join in on it. So when people say, they're like, oh yeah, you look busted, you're not attractive, I'm like, you're absolutely right. This is why no one loves me. This is why I don't have friends, because I'm not attractive enough. I gotta get some good looking friends. Do you know any? You know?
Their powers.
Yeah, it's just like what you were saying earlier. You have to take the power away from the criticism, and once you do that, that's when I started kind of having more fun with doing the show, was when I kind of started taking power from, I took power away from the criticism. But for sure, but I'm curious to know too, what are some of maybe the things you would like to accomplish and stuff that you would like to do in the future with your show? Would you like to take it off, off Twitch and maybe make it like, like a gaming kind of show, or?
Well, right now I'm just focusing really on my growth on Twitch right now. I just recently got a subscriber button.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, so I'm working on getting some new subscribers in, getting my whole like subscriber benefits and everything set up, my emotes and everything. So that's actually been a pretty big project for me right now.
Oh man, like, so jealous of you. You have it all. No, I'm like,
not quite. We're working on it. We're working.
Yeah, for sure. And my last question for you, of course, is what advice would you give to anybody who is crazy enough to put themselves on a camera for millions of people to look at?
I would just say, with streaming or your videos, always do the best that you can do. Don't focus on, like, what if I had this, what if I had that. Always do the best with what you have. And once you are growing and gaining numbers and everything, you can start focusing on improving. And like I was saying before, stick to a schedule. Schedules are probably one of the most important things with this sort of industry, with streaming or YouTube or anything. Like any entertainment, even TV shows are on a schedule. People want to see what they like to watch when they want to watch you. So if they know what time you're streaming, that fan base to that time zone, to that time frame. So you're always going to want to stay on that schedule. And then, just if you do it and this is what you want to do, just don't give up. It's taken a lot of big streamers, 3 to 5 years to get where they are.
Yeah.
So don't give up.
For sure. And you can say that again, because I keep telling people, like just because they're big, that doesn't mean that there was not a lot of sleepless nights. And I know people that they stream for like 5 hours and then they sleep for 2 and then they get right back in it. They stream every day, but it's kind of hard. And I really commend the professional people, of course, who also are streamers as well. I mean, they have like a 9 to 5 job, and then they come and stream until like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and then have to go for another 8 or 9 or 10 plus day. But for sure, Charmed, I really appreciate you coming on today. You have my utmost respect, because I just love how straightforward you are. I love how sassy you are. You have that black girl sassiness. Charm has black girl sassiness, people know. She's so fantastic. Yes, you are. That's why I feel like you're gonna do so well on here, because I always tell people that too. It's like you gotta be yourself, but there's always that there's always that appropriate time. Just get a little bit of sassiness in there, and yeah, you will. For me, you have my approval, definitely. So many people love what you do. And how can people get in touch with you? And you know me, I'm gonna be lurking like crazy.
Oh, well, my Twitter, if you want to check out my Twitter, it's at SoCharmed with 2 O's, SOO. And then my DMs are open, so.
All right, for sure.
Message me, and of course on my stream as well. But thank you so much for having me.
No, I really enjoy what you do, and I'll always be coming in there, and if people want to be salty, I'll be like, no, you don't talk to Charm that way. I got 50 million black girls who have a problem with you. No. No.
Well, that would be great.
Yes, for sure. Thanks so much for coming on, Charmer. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, guys, you just heard from Charmed. Oh my gosh, guys, like she's so amazing. And to me, I always love people that love what they do. So definitely, you know that I will be having the link below. Check her out, Charmed TV. She is fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So definitely, this is what I'm going to be doing. Definitely from time to time, I will have interviews with people who do who are in gaming and enjoy, but beyond streaming too, because I feel that sometimes there's this kind of common stereotype that streaming is just the end all be all. And yeah, so we're really gonna get into it today here. So. For sure. So, hey, I really appreciate Charmed for coming on, but let's get into our other juicy topic of the day, and that is, can women like guy things? Because this is something that I have been trying to figure out for quite some time. Because one thing I realized is if you like guy stuff, you know, stereotypically like gaming and cars, and it's kind of like you're less of a woman in some certain aspects, and then other times it's like you're more than a woman in certain aspects. So we're gonna get into that, but right now we are playing, for the time that of course I was talking to Charmed here, we are playing, if I can talk today, we are playing Blade and Soul. Now, yes, I'm playing with a keyboard and mouse today just because I was dumb and I forgot to hook up my gamepad, but I assure you this is going to be a regular game that I will be playing, freaks. So let me tell you, this is a fantastic game, but it is such a geeky game, freaks. Let me tell you, this is like the geek on top of geek type of game. There's so much complexities. Let me explain. Let me clarify. And I want to thank everybody who is checking me out right now. I really appreciate it. But yeah, there's a lot of complexities to this game. And of course, this is coming from Wikipedia about Blade and Soul. Okay, so Blade and Soul is a Korean fantasy martial arts massively multi-online role-playing game developed by NSoft. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with NSoft, which you should be, duh. No, all jokes aside here, but NSoft is also the creator of one. They make really interesting games, but Blade and Soul is their main game that everyone really knows them for. Okay, and if you like games too, like Terra and Vindictus and the Wuxia, I know I said it wrong, woo! But if you if you like those type of games, then you would like Blade and Soul. Blade and Soul is definitely in my series what I like to call MMO games that have controller support. And as an announcement, I would like to let you freaks and geeks know that I am going to be exclusively playing games with controller support. And it's just because, like, my hand cramps up when I'm playing keyboard and mouse, but when I'm playing with my gamepad, I just have more fun than playing with the keyboard and mouse here, okay? So the other thing too that's really interesting about this game is there's also a Blade and Soul anime, which I will be doing a review on. I haven't had a chance to actually watch it and check it out, but pretty much all you're doing in this game is you kill a bunch of stuff. There's a complex storyline in there which will unfold as we're playing. There are these things that are called soul pieces, and it's like making a pizza, okay? And the more pieces you have, the picture becomes complete, and you get certain gaming attributes that makes you more powerful. And you can also combine your soul pieces together. So this is the reason why I can understand why a lot of people tend to give up on this game, because it's really complicated. I mean, it looks simple when you're first starting. Blade and Soul is really known in Korea for its competitiveness with PvP, but I am not a PvP type of person. So we will be playing Blade and Soul in a PvE, player versus environment. So yeah, and it's very customizable too. I mean, you can change your hair, your body. You know, if you can see here, okay, so here is my character, Lara. So Lara, as you see, this is how I would look like if I actually had it going on. Okay, look at this body, honey. Yes. No, I'm being a mess. But yeah, so you can make your character look like whatever way you want them to look like. You know, with the brows. You know, I had to add a little bit of gloss there. You know, so I do my best. Okay. And then let's go over the basics here. You control with your mouse here or with the gamepad stick. And then to move around, if you're using a keyboard, is WASD, very common. So let's go ahead and talk to Master Hong. I'm about to say Master Wong. What the heck? I've been watching way too many martial arts movies. Okay, so to talk, you just hit F.
Anyone is here? Good. Gather around me then. Closer, please.
Oh, I am such a mess.
Something important to tell you, and
He needs a cough drop.
voice is not what it once was.
He totally does need a cough drop. Seriously. Okay, and then of course for next, you will hit next here.
Long ago, the Hong School was known throughout the earthen realm. People from around the world wanted to learn our techniques, the Hong Moon arts.
Okay, so see what else he's got to say here.
My students as I once did. Only a select few have I chosen to lead down the path of Hong Moon. Our techniques are powerful.
Okay, so I'm kind of making sure I'm not. If I'm too loud, please let me know. Just because I've been really kind of working with the sound here. Sometimes I'm too loud, sometimes I'm too soft. It's kind of crazy, I have to say, though. But no, I appreciate everybody checking out the show today. If you have questions for me, please let me know, of course. So let's keep going. Let's see what Master Hong's got to say. He needs a cough drop. And I'm starting from the beginning. For my class, I ended up picking the Blademaster. So that's what I'm doing. So I am a female Blade Master of awesomeness. Now, Blade Master does get a little bit more complicated once you get to like level 15. Then you start to really customize your skills. So yeah, it's gonna get crazy from here. Trust and believe.
Ah yes, Cricket, come with me, please.
Alright, let me bring this up a little bit more here. I'm just trying the sound here. So, okay. So if it's too loud, please let me know. So that way I'm not... Because sometimes you say you can't hear me when I'm talking. So if it's too loud, let me know. Alright, so we completed this. Alright, so let's keep going here. Okay, so if you want to... Okay, let's say you want to run, right? So you want to run, you double tap. So you go like that. So first you want to back up a little bit. Alright, so then you want to move. And then you hit space bar twice. And then you can glide. How sweet is that? Look at me glide up in here. Okay, there you go. So that's how you glide. It's pretty easy. Alright, so let's keep going here. Alright, so let's talk to Master Hong again.
I think it's time for you to progress in your training. Take that book from the bookshelf. You'll need it to hone your skills.
Alright, so I gotta hone my skills from the bookshelf. Let's do that. So we hit F. F is you're going to be your interaction, so that's pretty much how it's gonna be. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna play half of the game with the keyboard and mouse, and then I'm gonna take a break and then come back, and then I will play it with the gamepad. How does that sound? I think I'm gonna do that. That sounds like a plan. I think I'm gonna do that. Is just do like half and half today, which will be really cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. So let's go get a book from the bookshelf. And then we gotta take the Marshall Tomei. Okay. Okay, now when you get these Tomei, these books pretty much, you want to hit K, and K opens up. So this is like your skills. And I also have to get back into Ragnarok online, because for some reason a lot of people are playing Ragnarok, and I think it's because of the restart. So we're gonna be, yeah, for sure, we're definitely going to be playing that, definitely, for sure. Okay, so let's get back into it. So as you can see here, these are all of my active trainable skills. So I have sprint, I have wind walk stage 1, and glide. And then these are all other ones that I will be getting later on. So they definitely did change the skill trees. This is makes it much easier. Okay, so that's not until we get to level 2. So, okay, so that's the Tomei there. Alright, so let's go back to Master Hong. Alright, so come closer, Cricket.
I am interested in this book to you. It may not seem to be of much help now.
And if the sound is okay, let me know, for sure.
New skills and techniques. Let it serve as a guide as you continue along your path.
All right.
Now that you have this book to study, you are ready to train in the Hong Moon arts. I usually give my students more personal attention, but I am not well.
Yeah, I can tell that you're not well, good sir.
Young Muck is an excellent teacher. Take the book to him at the dual hall. Listen well and practice hard. I know you'll make me proud, Cricket.
I'm sure I will. So, all right. So let's do this. All right. So we're gonna take that skill book and oh, all right. So we gotta go through the door here. But look at this. This game is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. This game is gorgeous. Look at that sky, man. Couldn't you look at that all day and reflect? I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay. So then you hit M. M opens up your map. Now the only thing I don't like about Blade and Soul is there's not really auto questing in a way where it takes you to the location. Now later on, I believe in the game you can get these certain kind of travel tickets, and then you can go around that way, and then you can teleport. I am so sorry, freaks, for yawning today. It's been a long day for yours truly. Oh, wrong way. Alright, so let's go not that way. I think we have to go here. Go check out that hot guy we were talking to earlier. Hello, young muck. With your cornrows. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see what he's got to say here.
Master want to see you.
Of course Master wanted to see me. Let's see.
The martial tone is only
Okay,
for
so
students ready for
if you
your
see
training.
this black bubble here, what that is this is pretty much their deeper thoughts of what they think about you, which is it's funny actually. Alright.
The book Master gave you contains all the basic Hong Moon fighting skills. You are a full member of the Hong Moon School.
Alright.
Which means that from this
Ooh,
moment
he's
forward,
feeling kind of salty because he's like,
former
took me
disciple
much
of
longer
our
to be
clan.
made an
Congratulations.
official
I will
disciple.
personally oversee your training in the martial arts.
Alright,
Need a
so
training.
finally we get a
Go ahead,
training
anything.
sword and some new moves. Yes! So let's try it out. Okay, so we gotta go to I, and then you have to right click to equip the weapon. This is the soul shield, it's called. The pies here. Alright, let's keep going. Whoa! I went a little too far.
Attention.
Alright, so training
Let us
starts now.
begin
Let's start
with the
training.
Fundamentals of martial arts.
Training time! So pumped for training time, right? Such a good time. Alright, so let's keep going here.
Your opponent must be targeted and within range for your skills to be effective. Even the most powerful skill is worthless if it cannot reach the target.
Alright, so let me turn this up just a little bit more so that you can hear what he's saying.
The basic skills of a Blademaster are Breeze, Gale, and Storm. Target your opponent, and you will see the available skills at the bottom of the screen. Pressing left mouse button uses Breeze, Gale, and Storm. Gain focus by using these skills. Focus is consumed when you use other more powerful skills.
Alright. Okay, so we got the dummies here. Okay, so then we have to use, so when you're using mouse, you just use right click, and then that's Storm. Or Stun, I mean. So Blademaster is it's melee, so it's pretty easy in a way, but it gets more difficult as you level up from what I've heard. Nope. Okay, so this is to block. Nope, I failed at that. There we go. So all you're doing is you're attacking, and you hold 1 to block, and then pierce. There you go. So then we are block, and then pierce. Oh man. Oh. Nope. Okay. See what's going on here. Okay. Alright, so I think we've got the gist of it here, so let's talk to him.
Block an incoming attack by pressing the 1 key. You can immediately retaliate using Pierce.
Alright, finish that.
Letter.
Good to go there.
See the quest log on the right side of the screen? Move your cursor over to the letter icon and click to read it. Press the escape key or hold down the alt key to activate the cursor.
Okay, so Jay brings up your quest journal. Okay, so you can track your quest.
You had better read it. See the
And
quest log on the right side of the screen? Move your cursor over to the letter icon and click to read it.
okay,
Press
so we
the
got a
escape key
letter.
or hold down the alt key to activate the cursor.
Okay, so this is the game guide.
It looks like you've received a letter. You had better read it.
Okay,
See the quest log
so we
on the
hit
right side of the
J
screen?
and then Alt
Move
key.
your cursor over to the letter icon and click to read it.
Nope, that's
Press the
not
escape
it.
key or hold down the alt key to activate the cursor.
Okay, so
It looks like you've received a letter. You had better read it. See the quest log on the right side of the screen? Move your cursor over to the letter icon and click to read it. Press the escape key or hold down the alt key to activate the cursor.
okay, so that represents. Okay,
It looks
so
like you've received a letter. You had better read it.
okay,
See
so
the
here.
quest log
Oh,
on the
okay,
right
so
side of
here's
the
a
screen?
letter. Okay,
Move
so
your
these
cursor
letters
over
are
to the
just
letter
kind of like
icon and
surveys
click
in
to
a
read it.
way. I think they
Press the
just want
escape
their
key
like
or hold down the
opinion of
alt
how
key
you
to
feel
activate
about the
cursor.
game or something. All right, so then
It looks like you've received a letter. You had better read it.
okay.
See the quest log on the right side of the screen? Move your cursor over to the letter icon and click to read it. Press the escape key.
All right, I figured that out. Focus on my training. What? I'm focusing. What? Like, what do you want me to
It
do
looks
here?
like you've received a letter.
Okay.
Read it. See the quest log on the right side of the screen? Move your cursor over to the letter icon and click to read it. Press the escape key or hold down the alt key to activate the cursor. It looks like you've received a letter. You had better read it. See the quest log on the right side of the screen? Move your cursor over to the letter icon and click to read it. Press the escape key or hold down the alt key
Okay, I'm like
to
trying to
activate the
figure
cursor.
this out here.
It looks like you've received a letter. You had better read it. See the quest log on the right side of the screen? Move your cursor over to the letter.
Huh. Huh. Oh, okay, I see what he means. Okay, I get it. I get it now. Okay. Okay, so I have to hit that, and then I hit Alt. Oh, there we go. I figured it out. It took me that long to figure it out. I'm such an idiot. Seriously. Okay. So this is a letter here. So it says, a cricket that only trains in the light will not be prepared to fight the dark. If you wish to become a true disciple of Hung Moon, go to the proving grounds to confront your fear. Interesting. Okay, so then you can hit track quest. Track quest puts it right here on the map for you, where you see that little yellow arrow in the upper right hand corner there. That's pretty much where you need to go. All right.
Have you been summoned to the proof? You've done well today, Cricket. We will continue training, but you are
I didn't
certain
feel like I actually completed something, so.
your next trial will prove more challenging. All Hongmoon disciples must enter the proving grounds. The test represents the fear we all carry inside ourselves.
Alright.
If you are to be a true member of the Hongmoon, you must conquer that fear. I will take you to the cavern, but you must enter alone.
Alright. I can do it! We are level 3! Hooray for leveling up! Alright, let's go with the brother. Yeah! Look at me go. Woo! Gliding like nobody's business. There we go. Well, I think I glided too much. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew. I thought I was gonna fall. Now, this game is really known for the horrors of the size of the spiders in this game. And there are two parts of this game where there are large spiders, so you may want to turn your volume down because I'm going to be screaming a lot. Because spiders are not my thing. Alright.
Enter the cave and face your fear head on.
Alright, facing our fear. Doing it alone. Oh, well, this is facing our fear. There we go. Alright. Yeah, taking them out. Oh no, that's whoa! Alright, let's recover some chi here. Alright, so we're doing what's called chi restoration. Who was that? Alright, so we have to drink the tonic here. Whoa, that was scary.
Master Hong must have faith in you. Take time to reflect and come back when you're ready.
Alright, so we've learned some new moves here. Jeez. We gained another level, so we are level 4 now. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. And this sprint is going to come in real handy later on in the game, I will tell you that. Whoa, what is going on? Whoa. Whoa, we gotta go. Something's going on. This does not look good, people. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love her outfit though. Even though she's really evil, she's got nice taste though. She's got good taste, I have to say that much. Oh.
It's yourself you should worry about.
I'll kill you.
Oh my gosh. Her hair is looking good though, not gonna lie. Whoa. Whoa.
Cricket, run. No.
Yeah, he looks like one you don't want to mess with.
What?
Oh no. You know what this reminds me of though? It like reminds me of I forgot the name of the game now.
Where's the sword, Hong?
It's very similar.
Jinsayan, I saw you die.
And yet here I stand, old man.
Oh wow.
Gobong.
She's like straight up evil, people. Look at her. Oh, okay, now I remember. It reminds me of like Final Fantasy VIII. It kind of does a little bit. What are we gonna do? We're gonna fight! Alright, let's take them out. Whoa, what is going on here? Oh, no, you not. You are not messing with me. Because she reminds me of that evil lady in Final Fantasy VIII. That's probably what it is. Oh my gosh, this is breaking my heart! Always play depressing games. What is wrong with me? Oh my gosh.
Lusang, you betrayed us.
No.
You disappoint me, Master. Is this the true power of Hong Moon?
I knew he was
Maybe
up
the
to no
poison in
good.
your daily medicine
What?
wasn't even necessary.
But his voice is really hot
Poison?
though.
But why?
To get the Hong Moon secret techniques. Though, with the school's performance today, I wonder why I ever bothered.
Ooh.
Feeling weak, Master? I should have just taken the secret scrolls from you.
Stand aside. The Twilight's Edge.
Oh man. The old man is not playing. It's about to go down. Oh man. And you will love the cutscenes in this game. They are fantastic. Now I hope someday Blade and Soul would come on console. And speaking of that too, as an update, I am working on getting a PS4. So really hoping so. Whoa, he just got a six-pack. What happened here? Oh no, he means business. Wow. Yeah, he is ready to rock right there.
As I thought, your power has not waned, Hong.
Wow.
But mine has grown beyond measure. So your clan ends here.
Crazy.
Or will you save it? It's up to you.
Oh no. I feel she's gonna do a cheap shot. Just wait. Is he crazy? I would never. I would like I would like toss it to her and like be like, you need to go. Like, this is crazy.
Now, let my pupil go.
Wow. But the outfits are great. Like, I would totally want an outfit like the one she has on though. Okay, this is like starting to break my heart. Oh my gosh. Oh. How dare she do that? Oh, this is ruining my makeup today for you. What a jerk. Wow. That's horrible. Oh. That breaks my heart. Can you imagine that? Like, you've worked so hard and you finally have some type of happiness and you're learning some new abilities, only to be your entire clan to be completely decimated to nothing. So this is how everything kind of unfolded. So it's a really cool way of like the storyline unfolding though.
Don't bother. No one survives the Black Rose.
And little did she know that she did survive. Oh, that eyeshadow is life though, I have to say. Looks really good. So that's how everything happened. So that's how you ended up getting picked up by that fisherman and everything. So it's a really good story though. I'm sorry, I'm like so into this. I know I'm not saying much, but it's such a good story.
Please, you are our last hope.
That's what they all say.
Stop, Jin So-yeon.
Wake up. Can you hear me? Hey, wake up.
So that's how Blade and Soul begins right there. So such a great opening. It's probably one of, in my top 10 favorite MMO openings like ever. He looks pretty okay. He's not hot, but you know, tries to look hot. No. But yeah, I really do like Blade and Soul. It's a pretty cool game. All right, so let's get into the other part of our juicy topic of the day. Of course, talking about, can women get into guy hobbies? Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is that I noticed that women who are into cars or into gaming and things like that, they're often really given a very, very hard time sometimes. And I don't think that's fair, just because this is just me, okay? At the end of the day, you have to do things that you like, and you have to do things that you enjoy. And I don't think your gender should play a role in how, I would say, I don't think your gender should play a role in how you enjoy things. I don't see anything wrong with guys, you know, getting into cooking or doing things that are stereotypically labeled for women to do. But for some reason, for some women, if you like guy stuff like myself, you tend to get defeminized into a way where you're seen as like you're trying to be a man or you're trying to be too aggressive. And I always wonder, and I've been thinking about this recently, like, where does that come from? Does that come from stereotypes? Does that come from gender roles within our current society? And I think it's a combination of a little bit of both, though, because I think women are still expected, and this is just me personally, I think women are still expected to be very attractive, and you have to be the right type of attractiveness or the right level of attractiveness in order to be taken seriously. And you could be very, very smart, very intelligent, but if you don't look the part, nobody's going to give you the time of day. And I think that's really sad that looks outweigh intelligence still, you know, because and the other thing I'm noticing too is depending on the culture too, sometimes it's like what I like to call intellectual stupidity is kind of it's kind of respected more in a way, just due to the fact that it's better to be stupid than to be smart.
He's from the Hongmoon school, like you.
And one thing that I've kind of learned though is in certain situations though, you have to be what I like to call being selectively stupid. Is that sometimes people, when they know that you have a lot of intelligence, then it's kind of like sometimes people put unnecessary pressure on you, and then you feel like you have to perform a certain way. Whereas if you really study your environment and if you are a little bit selectively stupid, you can get things to work in your favor, depending on the situation though. But it's just something I've just kind of wondered, like, you know, why do women always have to go through being criticized for liking games, for example? Like, gaming to me is for anybody who enjoys it. If you enjoy it, then you're a gamer. I don't think that gaming has to kind of be narrowed down into like PC gaming versus console gaming and one is better than the other. I think it's just a matter of how you enjoy it. You have, like, one thing I've kind of learned though through the process of gaming is that I have to game what I enjoy, and you have to not care what people think. As soon as you start caring what people think, then what tends to happen for some people is you start to change your interest just because you don't want to be criticized. And I would rather do things that I enjoy, and I don't, you know, really care if people criticize me anymore, because what I find is that when you're trying to change yourself, not because you want to expand your mind and improve, but you're changing for other people, then you're always going to be doing that. So even myself, like, I had to get to a point in my life where I had to be like, you know what, I have to play games because I like it, and I'm not going to be ashamed of it, and I'm going to be comfortable with it. And once I started doing that, that's when I actually started to enjoy gaming a lot more. But definitely, Freaks and Geeks, let me know what you think about it, because it's very interesting to me, actually.
He's captain of the Bamboo Guard, off battling the Black Ram. Papa is always fighting. I'm scared he won't make it back one day.
Well, we'll see.
The Black Ram are already on the beach.
He'll
I'm
make
so
it.
worried. If only we had more warriors. Goodness, this could be the end.
But I can
Really?
fight.
Thank you, but be careful. Please, everyone's right outside. Don't forget your weapon. Po Suljin might know what to do. He's right outside.
Alright, so let's go outside. Oh. Well, sorry. I'm like in everybody's way here. Jeez. There's a lot of players in this game, though, I will say that.
Be useful and get these ammo boxes to Gunmon before we're all dead. What? You're waiting for a written invitation? Go! We need to save Bamboo Village from those filthy marauders.
Alright, so we got a fight already. Man, I can't even get a break. Alright.
You're the Hongmoon student, like the captain? Yes. You look pretty strong for someone in the sky. If you're half as good as a captain, then you'll be a
And I do like the voiceovers in the game too. It is very nice
Come
though.
over and show him gratitude. You can't miss him. He's the one-man army cleaning up the beach.
Okay, so once I finish this part here, then I will get my controller set up and then we will continue on here. I just like to take a break usually when I'm playing for about an hour. It's just good for your circulation, you know? It's good for your circulation to move around. It's so important.
Yep, that's him. I
All
can tell you're
right.
ready for a fight. He's a great warrior, but I'm sure he'd like some help.
Yeah, it's just good for your circulation, you know, to move around and all of that. It's good. It is good. Alright, let's keep going here.
Just head to the
Alright, so we got some
Sun Gen-
healing tonic is going to play a very important role later on because it kind of I mean it's there, but it gets rarer and rarer. So oh my gosh. Alright, get some experience. That's always good. Alright, let's go fight some alright, so we have to meet Do-chan. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Oh. Whoa, what is going on here? There we go. Come on. Let's take them out here. Jeez, they're just coming from all angles here. What is going on? Whoa. Oh, no, no. Block, block, block. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Alright. Getting some experience. Not much, though. Alright, let's talk to Do-chan apparently. Alright, can I talk to you? Like, what is going on here? Okay, so I gotta defeat 5 of the guards. Kinda hard to do when everybody's fighting here. Alright, there we go. Alright, so we gotta rescue someone. Okay, so I gotta search for a unconscious bamboo guard. Okay. Oh, I found one. Alright, let's take him. Cause I have superhuman strength. Look at me go. Woo! Alright, let's take him to the doctor. Oh, doctor looks okay. I go out with him. He looks alright. I mean, you know. He seems alright. Seems fine. Alright.
Wait. You're the one Do-chan rescued. It's amazing you're still on your feet. Do-chan called it.
Because I have superhuman strength, that's why.
You never wake. You should take a rest and then talk. The Black Ram have retreated for now, so I'll attend to the injured. The Black Ram come back though, like rats when you leave the tape. Return to the healing house where you woke up. I will send Do-chan your way, and we'll work out our counterattack.
Alright. So, I am going to take a break here. And I will come back probably within an hour. And we will play with a controller so that you get to see the difference here. And so let's conclude like I always do here on Sin TV Now with what I like to call food for thought. Now today we had the most awesome interview with Charmed, of course, from Charmed TV. And one thing that she mentioned is that she likes to, like, when people are being negative, she likes to kind of go along with the negativity and turn it into something positive. And that's one thing that, if there's anything that I can tell you, whether you want to, you know, do your own show, even outside of gaming, is you, and it sounds cliche, but you really have to have a thick skin. Sometimes you're going to be told things that you're going to just sit there and be like, are you serious? Like, that's crazy. But in the end, what you have to say to yourself is that you do this because you love it, and you do it because it's something that you have a drive for. If you don't have a drive for something, you're not going to be passionate about it. And for me, gaming is something that I am very passionate about, and I like talking about it intellectually. And the main reason why is because I felt that that was something that was missing in regards to the dialogue, is why aren't, you know, why isn't intellectualism and multiculturalism part of the dialogue when it comes to gaming culture? You know, and I think it's time to talk about it honestly, you know. Now, you can have a difference of opinion, and there are many people who like what I do, but they disagree with my opinions, and that's fine. But there's something called constructive criticism and respect for that opinion. It's an opinion. You don't have to agree with it, you know, but you can at least constructively disagree and definitely be respectful about it. Because the more that we're respectful to each other, that's the more, to me, the gaming community can be seen, and it's already being seen as something that can be respectable and something that's not the stereotypes that are often, you know, kind of looked upon in regards to the gaming community. Once again, I want to thank Charmed for coming on. Check out her show. It's fantastic. I will have all the links below so you can check out her on Twitter, all that good stuff. So I'm going to come back in an hour here. I'm just going to relax a little bit, and then I'll get my controller and everything set up, and we'll do part 2 of Blade and Soul with my crazy self, Quita, aka Malaysian Quita. And like I always say, remember to get smart and stay informed.